According to our 4 different things, and just how we got here.
Did you start it?
Yeah, I already have.
Can you hear me?
I think so.
The police wouldn't do anything, so I vowed to use my engineering skills to...
Well, hi, if you can hear me.
Hold on, Ty, can I have my phone?
...contribute to the 2 million packages that are sold across America every year.
Okay, I need to see it real quick. Here.
For the 3rd year now...
Here, I'll give it back. I just need to see it. Bro, here. Bro, Ty. I need my phone real quick. Let me see. Because I just need it. Stop asking me. It's mine. Let me use it real quick.
Outer casing, this time going for more of a Cybertruck aesthetic. You can sort of see the evolution from year to year.
Okay, so what's it called?
Yeah, I'll tell you that. Not realizing we took a page directly from the security on the underside. This is the exact same stuff used in those rodent traps, and as you can see here, it's incredibly strong. You'll also notice these 2
What on?
critical improvement from last year. We'll go more on that in a second. Under the hood, we made quite a few changes as well. The fundamentals are still the same, where you have a battery-powered Arduino-based microcontroller and a circuit board that gives instructions to these 4 phones, which allows you
it's just...
no matter which side they are. But this time we upgraded the brains of the box itself.
Uppercase or lowercase v?
All the functions of the phone at any time, including remotely triggering sounds to be played on command. And you'll see why that matters. And this year, you're one, not 2, but 4 here. I have a personal goal this year that anyone who opened this box would at least at some point comment on just how bad it smells. Some absolutely wretched formula that almost killed Macaulay Culkin last year. Along with just a touch or 2 of essence of actual skunk. I'm going light on this one because along with just a touch or 2 of anything.
Here you go, Jack.
I'm going light on this one, so just a touch or 2 of anything.
Here you go, Jack.
I'm going light on this one.
Here you go, Jack.
Here, which this year holds 15% more of the finest biodegradable glitter that money can buy. Here, which this year holds 15% more of the finest biodegradable glitter that money can
That was my live stream, bro. Okay, it's lowercase v. No, lowercase v. Uppercase G. And lowercase x.
Package schemes to repeat that in excitement. And this is literally the box we use, but somehow they never bother to read the
Just copy my name that's on the thing, vGxssed's.
And so now with the lid in place, you can see the function of those 2 rods from earlier, because when the lid slides off, they shoot out, which prevents the natural reaction of someone who just quickly put the lid right back on again. This happened quite a bit last year, and it just makes it way less fun for nearly everyone involved. And if you
Here, Ty.
you can see how these are designed such that once the
Here, Ty. If you don't have it, then I'm gonna take it back. Here.
Chunk of steel drops down into the screw.
You gonna take it?
Which stops the plunger from being pushed back in. This is just a beautiful passive solution, and the only way to reset them and get the lid back on is to either wave a magnet here, which sucks that
Yo, I found you!
thereby allowing the plunge
Yeah, no.
or to turn the upside down, which means the trunk falls out of the groove due to gravity. And for the final major design improvement, last year
It's my
it was
brother's.
a hassle for our porch volunteers to
Hold
have to
on.
bring the boxes in and charge them every night, and then remember to put them out the next day. It was also a problem if the box got stolen in the late afternoon, because the phone and the box batteries were pretty low at that point. So this year we made a custom doormat that discreetly plugs in and then inductively charges the box at all times. So it's always ready to go. So the idea is after the bad guy properly disguises himself and then comes sneaking by and steals it all.
Already up.
All the batteries are at 100%.
Now, what you laughing
The
about?
box knows
Nah, this already up.
that, so it texts us that it's been stolen and starts recording and uploading footage and sending us GPS updates.
Yeah, your mushroom can hear me.
And take off the lid, the circuit board brain knows it's go time.
You already up?
Honestly sets everything in motion. Now, is it petty to dedicate an entire
I just read it, I'm not done.
over-engineering a box just to shoot a little glitter at someone? Yes. But at the same time, could that creation still be just ridiculous and simple?
I remember times I had. I forgot to record. Hello guys, back with another video. Today we're playing Super Animal out. If you don't know how to play this game, it's a game that's like Fortnite, but without building, and like
It's like
it's a battle royale.
of the wireframe CAD model at markrober.com. After 10 years of YouTubing, I finally got the work.
My son is now streaming.
To assure you that the money that was clearly saved by using the second-rate t-shirt model just went
Here, you take
making
that again.
everything in the store super soft and comfortable.
Okay.
And returns. And so now all that was left
But to the kids, to the stream, I mean the stream. But lol, he's about to run me over.
and then just wait. And we didn't have to wait long.
Okay, don't find out.
Dad.
I don't care.
Yeah, I can't watch your live stream.
Our very first box was taken in.
Run, Jack. Jack, run!
And apparently, they didn't seem to appreciate the name calling or the quality engineering. Because in the morning, this is what we found. So it was one box down, but we still had 6 backups left.
But what? He showed me through it!
The countdown was certainly pulling its own weight. After a nice fart spray block with her hands, this lady tries to wrestle the lid onto her sink for a solid 10 minutes. And eventually exploits our one Achilles heel and turns it upside down. And she got it. I mean, I'm not even mad. That's just impressive.
Hello. You guys give up? Oh, yeah, thirsty for more.
So fried. And at this point, I'm like, how is nobody mentioning the smell? So you can imagine how happy I was to see this.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Recovery sequence initiated. Okay, one. Number 1. Why are you thirsty for more?
another W for Team Fart Spray. And this one was the perfect Harry and Mark Wet Bandit reaction, because not only did his room get dusted with glitter, but he got doused with the fart spray, and then freaked out with the countdown, and then grabbed it by the mouthful handle on the way to the dumpster. Yes! These guys had suspicions, so they took it outside to open it. Because I don't want anyone to feel totally depressed about humanity after seeing only the bad apples that make it into my video, just like last year, we set up a way to showcase the good apples too. So in some cases, we left it by an apartment mailbox and left tons of contact information all over the label. And 90% of the people did the right thing and just walked by and didn't take something that didn't belong to them. Then an additional 7% took it, but they were really trying to do the right thing by locating where it was supposed to go and then calling the number that was listed all over the label.
And they left them out by the group mailbox?
Really?
Yeah, I'm just like, I do not want to leave these there.
In those cases, we would go retrieve the box for them and typically give them a couple $100 for being so cool. It's only that teensy remaining 3% that gets a star in my video, and they almost never fit my preconceived notion of what a package thief is. Like in this case, we had placed it by this mailbox, and then randomly a bunch of police showed up to arrest this guy who lived there. Then this teenage kid comes out and grabs the box, literally walking past several police officers in the process.
I think it was because you did a stream.
It's the lights that against the pole that broke. We go again. Do you know what? I didn't even have, but, oh yeah. Probably, because it takes up more space.
10, 9. I'm hopeful the fart spray changed his thoughts on stealing. And as we were in the process of putting all these boxes out, I kept getting spammed with all those pre-recorded scam calls. So I thought, how amazing would it be if I could send a glitter bomb to one of those guys? So I called in my buddy Jim Browning, who has a YouTube channel dedicated to reversing the remote connection on scammers' computers, in this case getting access to their CCTV footage, then disrupting the scam by warning the victim and or their bank. And so by teaming up, we were able to physically intercept 2 packages that were moments away from being delivered to scammers, and then swap them out for glitter bombs.
Have a good holiday.
and these packages contained more than $10,000 in cash that were able to return to their first very confused, but then very grateful owners. And it's such a crazy, convoluted story that involves multiple continents, private investigators, the NYPD.
It's a glitter bomb, it has a camera built into it. There's a camera built into this.
But the problem is, it's like we rolled over this log and all sorts of interesting stuff came crawling out. So we're still chasing down leads and basically glitter bombing our way through the whole chain of command. And don't worry, we're being cautious and where appropriate, we're working with the authorities. At any rate, I was planning on putting all that in this video, but the whole situation has taken such a hard right and is still ongoing that I won't be ready to tell the full story for another couple months. And by the way, if you're thinking, how dumb could someone be? I would never send a $15,000 in cash through the mail. Just hold your judgment till you hear the full story. The scammers' tactics have evolved way beyond just an email from a Nigerian prince, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel and Jim's channel if you want to hear how this whole thing pans out. Another new thing we tried this year was because I live near San Francisco and cars get broken into all the time up there. I was curious what would happen if we put one in a car seat, and the window was busted literally within an hour. We actually had a camera placed in the car and one across the street, but apparently Murphy's Law was in full force that day because the one in the car suddenly got corrupted and stopped recording, and then I'm sure the world's nicest, but unfortunately also the slowest Uber patron got picked up at precisely the worst possible moment. The whole thing took like 5 seconds total for them to smash the window, grab the box, and just be gone. My buddies in the field followed them for a bit, in case they were just going to toss it out the window, until we heard this.
He's coming, that's why you left, clown. That's why I was moving quick, because he was coming. I got a gun in the car left time.
At that point, we decided to stay put and just watch the GPS as they drove all around the city streets for about 2 hours. And look, besides my theft, I'm not going to make any other accusations about them. I mean, maybe they're just a group of buddies who love to cruise around together for a couple hours and admire all sorts of different cars. But there's another explanation entirely that also fits the GPS evidence. They're just trying to find a bathroom. Either way, the batteries were almost dead on the box, so we decided to go with the Hail Mary option, hey guys, it's me, the headphones box, of uploading a custom sound to the phone to see how they would react. So we don't want any trouble, so you can go ahead and open me, and you can have everything inside. We'll call it even. Now I could take that audio message and text it to the box. And then I could listen near real time as the clips were uploaded to the server. You can go ahead and open me, and you can have everything inside. We'll call it even. Probably not gonna go try and get that box back. And so while I'm left contemplating exactly what just happened, I'll leave you with my favorite reaction from this year.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Why? What is it, glitter? Yeah. Oh my god.
$15, $14, $13, $12, $11, $10, $9, $8, $7, $6, $5, $4, $3, $2, $1. Activation complete. Recovery sequence initiated.
What's your fault?
If you look in our freezer, you'll see my ice cream. Well, kind of. You'll have to first open this bag of frozen vegetables I camouflaged it in. But inside that bag, you'll find this cup and lid I designed. Now you might be thinking, psh, big whoop, Mark. But let me explain why the whoop is in fact very big. Because I can put my ice cream in here and the lid just barely slides on at room temperature. But then when you let it chill in the freezer for a bit and take it out, the lid is clamped onto the base with 500 pounds of force, thereby protecting me from anyone else in my house who won't realize the trick is just to run room temperature water over the lid for about 30 seconds. And the reason this works is because the base is made from steel and the lid is made from aluminum. And aluminum shrinks more when it gets cold and grows more when it warms up. This idea just occurred to me one day, so I made it. And that's the thing I love about being an engineer. If you have an idea about a thing and that thing doesn't exist, you can just will it into existence.
You challenged us to turn real food into candy food. We get the largest Rice Krispie treat in the entire world.